Yeah, we made it work. All right. Nice. Nice. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, it's another episode of The Sound, episode 130. My name is Jared.
My name's Lisa.
And I'm Matt James.
All right. I still can't get the pointing shit right, but that's all right. Yeah. We got a great show lined up for everybody tonight. Who do we have on tonight, ladies and gents?
We've got Devil's Envy.
That's right. They're coming out the gate swinging. A lot of shit to talk about with these guys. Y'all have a relationship with them through Riff Media, correct?
We do. Yep.
Okay, so I got the inside scoop. It's going to be a great interview. The Grudge Match tonight is going to feature Life Right Now with their song Lights going up against returning champion, which is Of Virtue, with their song Sober. I see people starting to trickle in right now. One of the things that we never do right is ask everybody as you start joining, if you're digging the show, smash the share button and help us get the word out about the show tonight and get more people engaged. So how's everybody's music week been going? We were chatting a little bit before we went live tonight. Post Profit just got picked up by a label. Is that right, Lisa?
Yeah, they did. Matt, who'd they get signed to?
Sharp Tone, I believe.
Sharp Tone Records.
Okay.
Congratulations, Post Profit, man.
Yeah,
Woo!
yeah. I don't think I could fangirl harder over that band than I already do. So I'll let you toot the horn on that one.
Right. And everybody knows that was the band single as well.
Yes,
yeah, they got a new single today.
I have not listened to it just yet, but I'm going to. But that was the band that I picked for my first article in the August edition of the Sound 228 magazine. If you haven't read it yet, the whole magazine, go check it out at thesound228.com or order a physical copy. September's out now, which features Of Virtue on the cover as the main band, the main highlighted band, right, for the month of September. And a lot of cool shit inside of that. So if you haven't checked it out, go do so. We're missing one of the amigos tonight. Kevin is not here. He's taking care of some business. If we'd have been cool on the production side, I'd have had that song queued up. Taking Care of Business would have played just then,
but we're not.
Well,
missed opportunity. Missed opportunity. But no, we got a great show. Like we said, what else is going on music wise this week?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I've got a crazy music week. I have got shows out the wazoo. I've got Kingdom Collapse Friday night. On Sunday, I've got Any Given Sin in Norfolk. On Monday, I've got Barry Tomorrow in Cane Hill in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Wednesday, Baltimore, Sleep Token. Friday, New York City, Baby Metal. Your girl is busy.
Just rubbing salt in the wound like she always does. I love it.
You're welcome.
When you're not busy, like your concert calendar is ridiculous. I am this week super excited about Friday. My boys in Silosis are dropping a brand new album, and I cannot wait. And I get to see them live for the first time in November when they support Malevolence on a run in the UK. So I'm excited to see what they're going to bring to this now that Josh and the band are actually, giving it to the band now. Josh has left Architect, so I'm excited to see what they bring.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm gonna go see Post Profit when they roll through Mobile. It's this month. I think it's the 18th, if I remember. It's during the week. I think it's either Monday or Tuesday night. But anyway, they're opening up for oh shit. I can see.
Are you going to see Nothing More?
Nothing More. Thank you. Yep, they're opening up for Nothing More.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
And Dead Poet Society as well, which I don't know if you guys follow them. Yeah, I know. I'm super stoked. So that's going to be killer. So I can't keep up with you, Lisa, but I'm trying. So I'm still happy. All right. So I think we should probably jump into the Grudge Match as people are starting to trickle in here. This is going to be the first video. This is the band Life Right Now, and the song is called Lights, but I think we need to officially start the show the right way before we get into that. So let's see if I can double click my way through this. And you're watching The Sound.
shot, come along. Let's get high, baby girl, all night. I've been waiting, so let's go crazy. Going up on the drum, tonight is ours now. We won't stop, feel the drop, get on your feet and feel the pain. Know the brain, I need to feel this. Love so flashing lights. Feel here again and again and again. Feel the pain, know the brain, I need to feel this. Love so flashing lights. Tonight will never be the same. The music's flowing through my veins. This roller coaster ride has got me feeling so right. Intertwined, the vibes have us high. Just make a move when you're ready. Don't be scared. Keep it steady, rocking up through the night. You got me feeling right. I see your hands moving from across the room. Come a little closer, let's see where you get down. Your mind was popping and your head tracking. Hey DJ, just get the beat coming. There's nothing killing the vibe. Stay young and wild and live your best life.
Yeah, yeah, I dig it. I really dig it. Matt, you got to hit the unmute for you. I don't know, it won't let me do it. 10 of 10 on originality there. They're sound wise, right? Like what? That was a blend I don't think I've heard before.
Yeah, they're really great. I actually saw them live on the road with Outlier just a couple months ago. They put on a great live show. You should definitely, if you have the opportunity, definitely go check them out.
Yeah, yeah, that was cool. It's banging too. It's heavy, Matt. I saw you kind of jamming to it there on the
I'm
screen.
always jamming when the camera's not rolling.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, cool. So let's shout out to people in the comments. I see Lisa. I don't know if you were flashing them maybe earlier, but we got Stephanie in the comments. Somebody showing up as Facebook user. We always hate when that happens because we don't know who you are. Let's see, Devil's Envy's in there. We appreciate that. And somebody said earlier they couldn't share it. I don't know if is the share not working. I don't know. Let's see if
I don't
it's
know, maybe because they don't allow StreamYard access. It's just why they're coming up as Facebook user.
Gotcha. Maybe that's the thing. If not, smash the share button and get it out there for us. Help us spread the word. I think we should probably go ahead and roll on into to the next video here. Stay tuned, everybody that's watching. We got Devil's Envy coming up. We're gonna be chatting with them. But this is the reigning champion right now on the Grudge Match. We had him on how many episodes ago?
Ooh, like maybe 3, 4 ago. They're touring right now in the UK.
That's right.
Again.
And
I'm
back.
because I can't see them because they're not coming near me. They're back.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're
Well,
back.
if you want to watch that interview, you can go back on our YouTube, our Facebook page, inside of the Sound 228 app. If you haven't downloaded that already, the whole snippet of that interview is all right there. Go check it out and catch up on what we're talking about. So let's jump into the video. Go ahead.
And really quick, shout out to Aunt Barbie because
Aunt Barbie.
Aunt Barbie for shit. Yes.
Aunt Barbie. Damn right. We love Aunt Barbie. All right. So this is Of Virtue. The song is Sober, and you're watching The Sound.
I had it all, cause I had you. I fucked it up. I wish I knew that this is hell that I put you through. I told you that I tried, but that wasn't true. I'm filthy, but coming clean. Made myself sick, yeah, it's a disease. No, I don't want no sympathy. And now I'm just a memory. Drink to numb the pain till I'm sober. Sleep until this bad dream is over. Don't call me a disgrace. Not proud of my mistakes. Show me there's a way that life's not over. If I wake up sober. Don't call me a disgrace. Now cry my mistakes. Show me there's a way that's not over. If I wake up sober, if I wake up sober, if I wake up sober, now I'm just a memory.
Ooh wee. Ooh wee. What a fight that's gonna be.
Yeah, no kidding. A Virtue's totally bringing it with Sober. I love this video. I love that song. They put on a tremendous performance. I've only seen it via FaceTime, but
Yeah.
maybe one day I'll get lucky enough to see it live.
They are the best band I've seen live in a small venue, hands down. They have been smashing single after single, and it is album release month for them.
Right? Omen
Okay.
drops
brand new
towards
album.
the end of this
Right.
month, right?
I'm excited, and I'm kind of annoyed that they're not coming close to me this time around. It's a fair jaunt to the closest place I can see them in Southampton, and I'm
Oh.
like highly depressed
What's
because I
what
can't
would
get
that, what
there.
would that drive be, Matt? Time wise?
It's like just shy of 3 hours.
Yeah, I got you. I
You
got
have
you.
to understand though, in the UK though, like for me, a 3-hour drive it's literally like, like a 5-minute thing. It's not a big deal. But for them over in the UK, like a 3-hour drive, it's an event.
Yeah,
You know?
because they're
Right,
not
it
used to.
is,
They're not
because
used to it.
Yeah.
like if I was to drive in Scotland,
At the tip
We-
of Scotland.
Yeah, we do like a 9-hour drive just to go to Tennessee. Go to
Right.
Gatlinburg. So,
Right. That's for me going to see my sister in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, I'm gonna go see my sister. It's 9 hours, gonna suck.
yeah,
But,
make it happen.
you know.
So people that are watching on live, so if you want to vote, A Virtue, that was video number 2. The first video was Lights Right Now. The song was Light. So drop the poll should be up. Let us know if you can see the poll. I don't know, Matt, or Lisa, if y'all can see it on your end, but it should be live. The poll should be live. So video number 1, that's going to be Life Right Now. Video number 2 is A Virtue, Sober. So let's see here. I'm pulling it up. It looks like it's is it not live? Anybody?
I cannot see the poll.
I don't see the poll.
All right, let me try it again and just see. That way people can get the vote in. But I guess we can go ahead and pull in Devil's Envy. Let's not keep them waiting, and I'll work on that whenever they hop in here. So let's jump right on in. How is everybody?
Hey, what's going on, guys? What's up?
Hey.
We also brought in some of our Instagram fans. They're watching.
Oh, what?
There too. So,
I love that.
That's like Inception. That's like another layer of the internet inside the internet. I like that.
It is.
Yeah, that's sort of weird. Okay.
Well, Lisa, take the reins. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Lisa, take the reins. I'm gonna see if I can get this poll working.
Sure, no problem. So, guys, welcome. We're so happy to have you. For people who might not be familiar with who you are, can you please just go around the room real quick and say who you are and what your position is?
My name is Angel Graves. I am the lead vocalist of Devil's Envy.
Sean, drummer, co-founder with Angel.
Ryan, guitar. I'm Paulie Z, bassist, but I'm going after the drummer's job. Give it 2 months.
That's killer.
I like that. I like it.
Go for that with an intense amount of energy. I mean, if you're going to go for something, just go for it, right?
Right.
Do you have the qualifications?
He does. He actually hits the.
All he does is scare me that he's going to break my cymbal. So that's all he does.
We'll send you a video of that. It's amazing.
Please do.
Yeah, let's do it. We can share that out.
Yeah.
So we've been playing you a little bit on the sound. So let's go back to the beginning. How did Devil's Envy come around?
Funny story is Sean and I, we were in another band, more pop alternative called Stiletto Red. And before the band had broken up, he and I were kind of writing some more like hard rock metal riffage together. And we would, in between rehearsals, we'd like jam out some stuff. And fast forward, we met a bass player for the band Black Tide that might ring a few bells out there for some of your listeners. Black Tide has been around for a while, and Zach Sandler has helped us kind of develop the band from what it used to be. And it used to be called another name called Embrace the Envy. We were more like what, heavy metal, more like
It was
it was very theatrical
yeah.
sounding. And Zach came in, he added more of this pop punk element to it, and it kind of changed the dynamic. And we decided, like, hey, you know what, this is more fun, this is more organic, let's go with that. And then after about a year and a half or two before it was like officially launched, Zach was recruited to join Falling in Reverse. And then Sean and I were left again, just the two of us. And then ex Black Tie member Austin Diaz joined us on guitar, and then it took off from there.
Yep.
And we just kept writing, and like whatever we felt in those moments, different years were different chapters for us to write. It kind of developed towards what we sound like now. We don't stray away too much from our roots. We kind of stay along the line of like our metal influences, our hard rock influences, and we kind of like to keep the melodies going. Like we've been known to be a very melodic band, thrown on top of like heavy metal riffage, and still keep it kind of heavy, but also keep it more accessible to what we like, with more melodic influences and such.
Yeah,
And that's
I
the most
dig that.
important
To
thing.
me, oh, sorry, Matt. Sorry,
No,
Matt. I was gonna say the
carry on.
melodic the melodic stuff to me always makes the heavier stuff sound heavier, right? When you kind of go back and forth. That's why I always dig that. And I hate when like bands, if you ignore that whole side of things, that it just adds another element to the song. So I'm always a fan of that.
Yeah, I agree. Sean and I have we've kind of had like this dynamic where we would write a certain way, and then we kind of had like a gatekeeping towards it. And we realized that, what, like every member that does come in, whether they're in temporarily or they've joined us for the long haul, like Brian and Paul have, we've always been open to let those members come in and give their influence over the music we've written. We've been fortunate to have great songwriters and performers. Like before I was even a lead singer in the band, we had Ryan Patrick, we've had Justin Sims.
Mhm.
We've played with other talented players like Jeff Fernandez and Nick. And we've always kind of opened the door and let them, place their ideas on the table. I was like, hey, whatever you guys want to, any ideas you have, like, contribute. We've always been open to that, and they've kind of understood where we would come from. Where I'm very heavy on like melody, and I got to be able to sing over it because that's more my influence. I've always been a fan of like how Dimebag Darrell would, like, he basically would sing over the riffs like when he's doing solos, and from all the way to like Prince and Michael Jackson, and those were a lot of like my melodic influences that I like to look up to when applying like our lyrics and everything to our music.
So, how long has the current lineup been together?
4 years, 5 years.
4 years, right?
Well,
Mike
Mike joined earlier this year.
I joined back in 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
I don't remember. And then we pulled Brian in with about a year after that, maybe even less.
I think it was less.
Yeah. So us four here, we've been together since 2018. Say that.
Okay. So, how have you found then acting as a unit since then? I mean, that's if I count on my fingers, what, 5 years together? How do you find that that's affecting the dynamic in terms of influencing the music that you're putting out? Are you guys sort of pretty tight as a unit? Are you melding? It sounds like you're melding well then on all of your influences. What are some of the other aspects do you think that the other members are bringing in, Angel? Influence
Um,
wise.
well, as far as that, and then we also have to we didn't officially announce. Actually, we did officially announce our new guitar player, Mike Lombardo. He's also
Yep.
been a fantastic musician to work with, and he's kind of been like that diamond in the rough. Like he's got his own career and everything, and he's also like active military, which is awesome. But the dude is in love with guitar tone, and I think that the last three members that have joined have added so much, which we're very eager to release a lot of that music that's been written and recorded. You know, Paul's written songs like, you know, it's kind of unheard of these days. Usually it's just like one sole member that will kind of like guide and write everything now. But that's like 80% of a lot of the active rock acts that are out now. But we kind of have that dynamic, like, you know, everybody adds their flair, their style, and we kind of blend it together, but still shape and form to where it's okay. You know, that's Devil's Envy. It's like, okay, they went softer here, but okay, that kind of lick there, that's very reminiscent of their old stuff. Or if you've been a fan since 2016, you can kind of piggyback off of like older stuff and listen to the new stuff. It's like, okay, they still have that in there. And these
Right.
guys, Paul and Brian and Mike, you know, they've added so much now. Like I said, we could only say but so much. Like the most recent would be what Ghost and or even Lone Wolf. Like we've kind of gone back and switched it up because that was originally written by Sean, Jeff, and I. And then we brought Brian in. He added his pretty much his personality onto like some of the faster stuff too. So it's always been how do you say, like very inspirational and motivating to have 5 members that are just as passionate, you know, with songwriting, not just performing. I think that's a pretty big deal for all of us involved.
We're also pretty open-minded, which is a good thing. Yeah. And we work well together. There's never any arguing or any kind of what do you want to call it? Just competition, in any way, trying to see who can outshine the other. It's actually a very good process that's always worked out pretty quick. It's kind of scary. You get us 5 in a room, and we can kick out a song pretty quickly. You'll soon see they'll be coming out pretty soon.
Leaving egos. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no egos.
Well, I was going to say quickly. So, like when Paul and I joined, as far as contributing and writing, new material, we kind of took the nucleus and respected the nucleus of what Angel and Sean had done as far as the core sound of the band, and sort of respected that and just kind of did our own thing and kind of added to it and tweaked it a little bit. Kept the core sound of the band as it was originally established, because that's the Devil's Envy sound, So.
Well, the core of the writing started out Angel and I, so Psycho was our first one that got added to Octane's Test Drive, and that literally was written. I was laying on that couch back there, and I just gave him a guitar riff, and then we jammed. Yeah,
it's an authentic couch.
It's a different couch. Okay, first off. Yeah, so we jammed that out for probably hour and a half, wrote the drum parts to it, and then I came back 2 days later and he had the chorus all written out. But then there's a couple songs coming out where Paul brought in a bass idea that turned into a complete song. Brian wrote a huge guitar solo that we ended up adding into one of the songs, and it just brings like this whole bridge element out of that song. Like it really makes it pop. So yeah, it makes it a lot easier because for the most of the time it's been just me and Angel for the majority of it, but we've had like Zach and Austin and all these guys that feed their ideas into it. It really gives it a diverse sound, so keeps us from repeating ourselves, I think.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
so. Do you because we see it a lot of the time with these up and coming bands? Bands go through members because of commitment issues and day jobs, and it's a lot. Do you find that having these past band members, that they influence how you sound now?
A little bit, I would say. I would say that we've gotten into the band is pretty much, it's basically 10 years old. It's 9 or 10 years old. So we're around that time where our influences from everything me and Angel used to listen to and play together with at practice has we've used that and we've created our own sound. So you'll hear influences from everybody that we've worked with, but I think it's definitely helped to create a unique sound, and now we're kind of in a groove of we'll come up with an idea, and it's very easy to take just one idea now and it turns into, okay, that sounds like what we would do.
Yeah, after 10 years in it, that even though with the revolving members, like you say, it takes getting ego out of the way and being able to like make sure you're doing what's best for the song, right? When someone brings their own part to it, and that's usually when like a band is a solid songwriter, and it shows in the music. So I think that's a good kind of a transition here to jump into the song. If Lisa, what do you think?
Oh, I think so. I know that I believe that what we have is a cover, but it's a damn good one.
Thank you.
I think we should do it, and then we can talk to them about it after, unless
Yeah.
you guys want to. We have a thing here. You can either tell us everything or tell us nothing. So
We'll tell you nothing first. Watch the video, then we'll spill the beans. We'll give you some Easter eggs to look for
I like
later.
it. I like
watch
it.
that's a
Angel.
solid plan.
That'll work.
All right,
All right.
let's roll.
It's Devil's Envy, Lone Wolf. So you're watching the sound.
Oh wait, that's not the cover.
No, I thought he was.
Whoa! I'm just playing what I was told here. Yeah,
I thought you
That's
were
the
playing
original.
something else.
That's the OG.
yeah. No, that's
I'm
what
like,
we
wait
got.
a minute.
We are
I thought
live,
you were
people.
playing the cover.
Hey,
That's the beauty of live, man.
hey, I said
Yeah,
it before we
like-
went live.
You
If
can play
somebody-
that one too. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
get
That ain't
those
the first
hashtags
mistake
in the
we've ever made
comments.
on this
Hashtag
show.
Lisa fucked up.
Oh no. She's
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, it's usually
usually-
I
it's
usually
usually
wear
Jared.
that crown.
It's usually
Yeah.
Jared.
Yeah, it's not the first mistake that's ever been made on this show. So let's back it up. So we have Lone Wolf queued up, right? That's what we got here. So
Yeah.
we'll still do. Let's roll with Tell Us Nothing, and then we'll talk about it afterwards.
all righty.
And you're still watching the sound.
The lone survivor locked inside and I'm thinking I can release this parasite. No one could ever stop my thirst for blood that I'm craving. Watch me unleash the beast inside. Open my eyes, I'm seeing right. Breathe in the chaos I am. Knocking at your door and I'm not invited. Just get up off the floor. Lone Wolf, coming back for more. No need for me to slow down. Lone Wolf, it's too late to run away. Blinded by senses, I cannot get enough, and I'm feeling so good. For you to see you crawl to me and dance away. There's no escape, you're a little late, so just sit back. Calm down, I am Lone Wolf, knocking at your door and I'm not invited. Lone Wolf, just get up off the floor. Lone Wolf, coming back for more, no need for me to slow down. Lone Wolf, there's nowhere to hide. After all there was and what will never be, the devil's envy, the light and me. Dead or alive, I'll take it all. I'll take it all. Lone Wolf, knocking at your door and I'm not invited. Lone Wolf, just get up off the floor. Lone Wolf, coming back for more. No need for me to slow down. Lone Wolf, and there's no escaping me. Lone Wolf, I'm knocking at your door. Lone Wolf, there's nowhere to hide.
Love that
Yep.
song.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right,
thank
so
you.
now you have to tell us.
Okay, so this song was interesting enough. Just I think it was about like what 3-4 in the morning. We had our old studio back in the day. We were writing with Jeff
Mhm.
Fernandez, our old bass player at the time.
Shout out
And,
Hefe.
Shout out Hefe. We were under some influence here at the studio. It was late at night, and we had Teen Wolf playing on the TV screen, and just watching, like we had like this sick riff going like pretty fast. It was actually recorded much faster than what was released. This was recorded back in 2017, written everything. It was even mastered at one point. And we decided, dude, this is way too fast to play live. We got to re-record it. And when Brian joined us, he was kind enough to let me slave drive him to re-record all those guitars and slow it down. Sean had to re-record the drums and slow it down. And it got more of like a bounce groove to it. And lyrically, it was all inspired by that Teen Wolf movie and of course some like personal stuff. And it was such an aggressive and fast song. I think we have so much fun playing it. I think we feel like it's too short.
Like Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
Well, oh God.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how Teen Wolf, like that seems like a a bit of a unique inspiration for a song.
I know it was kind of crazy though, because we were just watching like, dude, he's just there, just like getting picked on, and all of a sudden he's like just unleashes that beast, and I thought it was pretty cool. It's just like old 80s nostalgia vibe, but
Oh yeah.
I thought like, okay, let's write something about that. I thought it was pretty awesome to write about.
I mean, speaking of performing, you guys just performed at Incarceration Festival not too long ago. Tell us about that. What was that like for you?
Yes,
That was nuts because what was funny about that is we were talking about that the previous year because I had seen they did like a drone flyover video. I think Spirit Box was playing.
Oh, the drone, yeah.
Yeah, and
It's incredible.
I was like, dude, that is a cool festival. I would like to play that. And then I think it was like 3 or 4 months later, he sent me a message. He's like, hey, I need to know if you guys are free for like middle of July because we might get the incarceration slot. So we ended up getting it, and then we all had to book flights and got everything up there. It was crazy.
Yeah,
but everybody up there was super nice.
We thought like we even thought like, okay, we're a baby band. We're gonna go on, like the small stage, and don't expect like 1,000 people to be there. And I'm like expecting the worst. There's like at least 5,000 people standing out there buying merch, just watching us, just really like vibing. We even had the POD guys just come and check us out, and shout out to the band Lone Wolf and Sid Stratton.
Yep.
We even had like members of like other bands were like walking around like checking us out. And of course, major shout out to Chris and Dan Jansen with Incarceration. Those guys are phenomenal. They looked out for us, and it all took one handshake, and he was like, hey, by the way, I checked out your music. This is crazy, but do you want to come out and play this festival? Yeah, sure. Wait, give me a We answered him like an hour. Like, hey man, yeah, we're gonna do it. Let's go. Yeah, it was such an amazing, we felt so welcome from every band that was out there.
All the crew that was everybody involved with that festival is really awesome. Like even down to the security guys that they hire for the stages, and they're all super nice people, and they treat all the artists like super well. It was weird, like being in the artist area with all these, big bands. Like, yeah, Fred Durst is walking by when I'm like backstage drinking a beer, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? I'm like, I grew up listening to these bands. I was in high school when all these bands were huge, and now I'm like backstage and we're all hanging out and like drinking and have a good time. It was weird, but it was cool.
Okay, well, wait a minute. I mean, like, I'm surprised it took you that long to answer. That's what I was going to say. Like, I can't believe I would have been like not even talking to my bandmates.
The only reason it takes that long is we have to make sure that everybody can because they both have careers. Like I have my family business, but me and Angel are the most flexible because this is our baby, and they're gracious enough to put all their time and money into it. So we just have to make sure they can get their flights and all the schedules in order before we just say yes. And
we sacrifice a lot.
Yeah.
Of us sacrifice a lot. It's just, it takes us very little time.
So was it a case of messaging the band saying, look, hey, can we do this? Or was it a case of clear your schedule, we are going?
It was more like, hey, can you guys do this? Like, no hard feelings if you can't, like, just let us know. And we showed him who was on it and everything. It was like, heck yeah, dude, I'm freeing up my books.
Yeah.
Paul gave us quite a bit of a scare. Like one week he was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it, and then the following week was like, oh man, you know what, something about work, and we're like, oh man, like please don't tell us. And then close to it, he's like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. Screw it. I'm gonna clear my books, do it, and we freaking gave him bear hugs every day after that. So it was such a great experience.
Totally worth it, and we're doing that again, very soon in actually later this month, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
Yeah. Please tell us about your show in Vegas.
Actually, go ahead.
Whew, that is
so it's Scary Kids. Scaring Kids is the headliner, and then we're playing with a really cool band. I believe they're from Finland.
Yeah.
Called Blind Channel. They were on that.
Yes.
They were on that Eurovision Song
Yes.
Contest. I checked that. I think that Dead Zone song is the one. It's got like 70 million plays on Spotify.
That's their latest release.
Yeah, and it just got added to Octane, so that'll be cool to play with those guys for sure.
Yeah,
but it's on Fremont. It's called Fremont Country Club. It's like I think it's like 1,000 cap venue.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really cool venue. So I'll be out there for 4 days. I think everybody will be out there for at least 3. So
sweet. Fremont Street, if I remember correctly, that's old Vegas, right? All the original. Yeah, I like it down there. So that's a cool vibe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fremont was cool. That the Artist Hotel that G2 puts up there. I think it's it's like right next to the venue, but it's a great hotel and they really take care of the artists. So
did you say what? Did you say what the venue is? Like where you actually playing? I didn't hear you if you did.
Yeah, it's called Fremont Country Club. It's not
Fremont
a country club.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a country
club. It's not a country club. Yeah.
I wish it was.
We got so many messages like, "Why are you guys playing at a golf course?" I was like, "We're not.
It's not.
It's a venue."
Which would be cool if you showed up to play the show in like 1990s golf attire, and we're just like, well, we didn't know. We didn't just play the whole show like that. Collared shirts tucked in. Yeah.
Just dress up like
cardigan.
Happy.
Yeah. Cardigans, the whole 9, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh God, do it.
I would do it.
That would make a great video.
It would make a fucking awesome video.
Great content. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That'd be so much fun.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No, that's not happening.
So, what else have you boys got in the works that we can go as close to the wire of some inside information without pissing Chanel off?
That's Angel's department because I'll say something I'm not supposed to.
Well, actually, before we say that, let's give a shout out to our homies, Breathing Theory.
Please do.
Tuned in.
Oh, are they?
Breathing Theory is actually it was a local band here from Florida. They are up and comers as well. They're pretty badass. But yes, as far as new music coming, of course, just like any other band out there in the industry today, like there are some variables that happen. We had planned, but we had to do a little pushback with our upcoming release. We won't mention the name. We just want it to be a really good, successful release. We kind of hinted at it before. However, we do have some really exciting news coming. We have some local Orlando show coming up. And then it's looking like possibly spring we'll have some new music out for you guys to enjoy and listen to, rock out with. But that's pretty much just the gist of so far. I mean, we have a whole record written. It's all finished and it's still adding to it. We go back and revisit some things and kind of study the climate. But like I said, unfortunately, we've had to have some pushback on it. But it's going to be very, very soon that we have it out, and we're very excited. This is very new for us. A lot of new, crazy, dynamic stuff going on, and some of the new tracks that we've put together as a band, not just myself and Sean, which is very. It can be exciting and also kind of make some of us kind of nervous because it's like, okay, this is something we haven't done in a long time. We have like all 5 members, including Mikey, contribute to what's going to be our new record, but we don't know when that new record's coming out either. So we're still on the boat as far as like just single bass releases until we can build a really solid community, a really solid dedicated fan base that's widespread enough for us to get a full record out there and hit it and take off from there. So it's not like we're holding back. It says there's a right time and a right way to do all of it. And I've been blessed and cursed with all that information with a lot of the artists I work with, a lot of the bands that I've had the fortunate opportunity to work for and work with, that they all kind of take me under their wing and they guide me through it, and they, they try to instill that discipline in me, and as far as how I can teach the band, like, hey, this is what the puzzle pieces and the steps we have to take to do this. So let's just put our best foot forward and put out the best singles we can at a moment of time, and just keep promoting and campaigning it until we can build that solid sea of people that could come out, and we could sell out a 1,200 cap room in every other city, and then really put out a banging record and be proud of it, and all our fans can be proud of it. But right now we're in this building stage where we're just gathering as many relatable listeners as we can, because we know there are good fans out there that will embrace our music. It's kind of hit or miss right now, but we're kind of stepping out and branching out. We have a couple of fans out in even Russia, some in Australia, and we know for sure that once it starts going, it'll take its momentum in due time. When the universe says it's right, it'll be right. But right now, we are very thankful to have the fans that we do have, but we have not forgotten you. We will still continue to put out music.
In short, we have no idea.
Yeah.
The hair didn't win the race.
It's coming.
Sometime.
Angel is going to be
Sometime.
running for some political position here pretty soon.
That's
Yeah.
not
Right.
Nope.
Right. With an answer like that, I love it. Yeah. But no, you're right though. I mean, and that's good, because we do, we focus on up and coming artists, and I hope that they're listening to that, because it is important, right? To structure your releases. We were talking about that earlier. I mean, it's not just to be the band saying, big news coming. I mean, there's reasons why people do it that way.
Yeah.
The
Right.
Florida scene is crazy
know-
too. Especially the local scene here it's cool to see bands get picked up. Like we're buddies with that
With Dark
with
Divine.
Dark Divine. They're on
Yeah.
Thriller Records. They're
Yeah.
doing the Black Veil Brides tour coming up. I've been friends with Jay for years. So, and
They actually
he's
rented
been
the spot right behind us.
Yeah,
now.
Yeah.
they
6 feet
rehearsed.
behind where we're
They
sitting.
rehearsed right
They're
next to us.
rehearsing
Yeah.
in the studio.
It's like, hey
Yeah.
man, we gotta knock on the door. Like, dude, we're trying to record vocals in here, man. Just keep it down.
Yeah.
Stop with the screaming all the time.
Yeah, and then we got you got bands like Breathing Theory, and then we played with Sid Stratton up at Ink. Those guys are killer. So it's cool. Like the scene. I've been a part of the scene here with Angel since I was 19, 20 years old. But there was like a kind of like a dead zone, and now you're seeing Dark Divine getting signed, and Breathing Theory's doing their thing. They're touring nationally, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean everybody's starting to like hit their groove, so it's really cool to see.
Yeah.
Well, the
Yeah,
pandemic
it's
actually
crazy.
for a while, obviously
Yeah.
for the whole world, right?
Right.
And we had some momentum we felt right, prior to, and as soon as that happened, we, like everybody else, well, most bands, we took a few steps back, and there was actually some question as to whether we were going to resume. And I'm very happy that we did. And we just started to resume again about a year ago, and I like the momentum.
Yeah, I think with the rebranding and everything, it kind of almost like hitting a restart button.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think for what we even also considered, like, hey, you know what? Maybe we should just delete all the old stuff off our socials, everything. But then we kind of sat back and said, do we want to do that, or do we want to show people that we had growth and longevity, instead of, oh, that band came out of nowhere and all of a sudden they're popular? It's like, no, we want to show where we came from. And so we kept all that up, the old logos, the old band members. We acknowledge them like if they're still part of it today. And I think that's the most important part, is like we didn't try to stop and start fresh. We just like, hey, let's just keep it going and keep pushing and innovating, and show that we've developed over time, and show that we did it in the right way that we saw it fit.
I love
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I love it. It's you got to show that growth, and it's like I see a lot of these up and coming bands, and they want to be Metallica tomorrow, and it's not going to happen. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Yeah, I mean it's easiest way easiest example of that is the dudes in Dark Divine have all been in bands before that, local bands. I've played with them, and then now they're on Thriller and they're doing their thing and they're killing it. So it's like a lot of people get into the industry, like even if they think they have good songs, which a lot of people do, that's not how it happens. Like you have to go through,
Pay your dues.
you really have to pay your dues. It's different from when you had to do it before, but nowadays you still got to pay your dues, and it's a long road. But if you're committed to it, things can happen. It's you just got to stay with it. You can't, if you're not committed to more than at least 5 to 10 years, it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
You don't know if you're gonna have that opportunity if you quit. So might as well just keep it going in your way that suits you. Hats off to everybody that's pursuing their own goals and career in the music industry, whether it's radio or artist management. None of this shit's easy, and I've been warned about it so many times before I got out of the army. It's like, you sure you want to get out? I'm like, I'm hurt, man. I have no choice. I'm still gonna do music. Like, you could go do medical, you do whatever. I'm like, no, hard-headed as hell. I'm like, I'm gonna try this out. I'm gonna try this out. And of course, 9 years later, 10 years later, I'm still doing it, whether in my own way and in our own way that works for us, and everybody's doing it that works for them. And we congratulate each and all of our peers, whether they consider us rivals or our buddies or homies. We're all doing it for the love of it, and we appreciate everybody doing it for that same passion as well.
That, and also the love for each other, and not to get too, that's actually a very important part of it.
Yeah,
and that's
for sure.
We've had our differences at certain times, the whole that all of us have, and I think it's part of being a family. We've learned a lot about commitment and dedication, and it's really about purpose and passion. It's not about making it big necessarily. If that happens, It's awesome, but the experiences that we've had that I'll remember on my deathbed, hopefully I have a deathbed, I will, I will forever cherish. And I can't replicate those with anything else, whether, that's material. So the experiences, the relationships that we've built, it's irreplaceable.
Yeah, I can really relate to that because the guys in my band, we've been doing it for like 15, 16 years, to the point where, and we're not at this point, we're definitely not trying to get signed and all that. We play 2-3 shows a year. We love it. Our guitar player's son is now playing guitar in the band with us. I mean, that's how long we've been doing it, and it's family. You know what I mean? And that's the reward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I agree with that for sure. Like even still, I get asked like, when is Devil's Envy going to tour? Like, that's a great question. A lot of us want to, but at the right moment. I do see, like, even baby bands I've taken out on big tours where I'm production managing, and they're opening, and they're either like lost souls, like just like, hey, like, what do we do next, or how can we afford this or gas? I'm like, look, guys, come here. Yeah, you can't. And I'm like, these are young kids with big hearts and big dreams, and I love them. Discrepancies is out there killing it. Dropout Kings, holy cow, those guys are blowing up. And they were opening tours for us. I was touring with Nonpoint, and we had like big headliner tours, and we had these little baby bands come on, and they could barely afford to eat. And I'm making sure promoters are getting water, like make sure they eat. Like, these guys are out here, busting their backs, and they're super young. Like, of course, like early 20s. I'm 38 now, and I'm like, I remember when, like, early 20s, I'm like, I want to do that stuff. And now we just have to be more, responsible with our time. We have families, we have businesses.
Right.
But like you said, whether it's 2-3 shows a year, you're still a successful band. Whether you have 700 monthly followers on your Spotify or 7 million, you're still successful. You put it out there, you're performing, you're doing your own thing, you're investing in your business, whether it's a band or not, and putting in the time, the finances, the energy, the blood, sweat, and tears. Whether you're out there touring in a van every day, or you're playing fly dates, or you're playing occasionally, you're still doing what you love. You're still passionate about it. And if we have 10 listeners or 10 million, it's out there, and you're moving, and you're moving hearts out there. That's my whole big thing, is if my music can move and give someone meaning, I've already done my job.
That's a great way to end it right there. You nailed it, dude.
Jared puts it as a labor of love, like what we do at the radio station. It's a labor of love, and if we didn't love what we were doing, we wouldn't be doing it. And like the same at Riff Media, when we work with clients like you, Kingdom Collapse, everyone becomes family.
Yeah.
And we love doing what we do to help these bands, get to where they need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people forget like Lamb of God didn't get big until they were like in their early 40s.
Right.
And now they're one of the biggest metal bands ever
On the planet.
So it's, I mean, if you do it for the love of it, it's going to be awesome either way. But you have to be, if you want to be in it for a career, you got to be committed to the long game. It's some bands they hit that stride immediately. Some bands like Lamb of God, they're in a bunch of different bands. They're in their 40s. Boom. They write their first album and everybody loves them. So it just sometimes it takes a while.
I think also sometimes we need to remember, for those of us who are in this industry and in this business, this is a really small community of people.
Mhm.
It might seem like it's tremendous and incredibly vast, but it really isn't. It's the same people who are coming together, who might be switching in and out of acts, who might be switching out of roles in terms of radio, promotion, booking, playing, you know what I mean? Talent. So I think at the end of the day, as long as everyone has each other's backs and we all treat each other with kindness and respect, we can elevate one another to the next level.
Absolutely.
That's why I want to take Sean's job. I'm going to kiss him on his right cheek.
Which one?
You.
On the face?
Yeah, right. Good job. Which one?
No, Lisa, not on the face.
This
Right.
big guy here is probably the most affectionate in the whole band.
He says not on the face, but if he has a little bit too much whiskey after a show, he gives what we call
Actually, speaking of that, I'm running low.
no,
Right.
I'm not pouring you anything.
Yeah.
He gives us his big manly beard kisses on the cheek. He stops talking.
Well-
he just starts smiling. And then
When I finally get
what-
over there to see you at a show, or you come over here at a show, he's the one I'm running to hug.
Yeah, no kidding.
he'll give you a hug immediately.
You're my person.
So where all the information that we haven't been able to release tonight, what's the best place people can go to stay up to date and get that when it's time?
So our website's really good. However, the Instagram I feel is like the most up to date.
Okay.
With newest stuff. We do have a Discord, but we're in between like admins right now, like moderators. So we do have some stuff there, like kind of archived for now.
Mhm.
So any stuff that we have released, like have either gone live or like YouTube or Facebook, you can go to our Discord, and that can all be found in our link. If you go to our Instagram page as @DevilsEnvy, you'll find our Linktree link, and it'll take you to everywhere you need to go, either website or Spotify, Apple, Tidal. It's all there. But the most information you'll find is on our Facebook, Instagram, or directly on our website.
I love it, man. I love it. Well, we appreciate y'all's time tonight, digging the tunes. Excited to see what y'all are going to do. The shows you got coming up, man. It's great.
Thank you.
Thanks
sure.
for having
Thank
us,
you.
man.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Yep. Our
course.
pleasure.
We
We'll,
love it.
we'll work on getting you to the Gulf Coast very soon, hopefully.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that definitely.
That. Short drive.
All right. Well, y'all have a great night.
All right, you guys.
guys.
Too. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Pleasure.
Yep. All right. Sweet. That was good, man. That was really
Yeah,
good.
they're great.
Dig it. I like the
Yeah.
vibe. I like their.
Yeah, I
I
love
like
those
how
guys.
they. Yeah. They. I think they have a. I think they have a good grasp on how things work. You know what I mean? It seems like
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
kind of
They've been around
centered
Definitely
in
for
the
a
right.
have-
while.
Enough cumulative experience between them all to understand the industry, the business of it, and what needs to be done in the scene, how to do it, how to make releases, how to strategize so that way they can make their next move.
That's right.
And I'll tell you,
It's a
I'll tell you
marathon.
one thing
It's
they
not
do
a
that as
sprint.
well.
Hmm?
Is they're not arrogant or egotistical and will
No.
listen to advice.
Yeah, I get that vibe for real. Like, and from them, and like you said, they got the experience. I think sounds like to know
Yeah.
how to maneuver. I want to say real quick before we wrap it up, if you're in the comments right now, if you're watching on live and you haven't voted on the poll on Facebook, please go ahead and do that now. We're gonna hang tight for just a minute or so more, but I want to make sure if you haven't voted yet, the poll is live. I know I can see it. So go drop. I got it labeled. Of Virtue or life right now. So go get your vote in. If you're on the other platforms, which it looks like most people's on Facebook, which is kind of typical for our audience.
Yeah, it is.
But the other platforms, you can just drop a 1 or a 2 into the comments here below. So what can we talk about real quick? I know we mentioned it at the beginning of the show, but I want to tell people that are with us now.
Well, we announced a show coming up, I believe. I can't remember when. We announced a show with Edema, I believe.
Yes.
And is it Smile Empty Soul?
Yes, and
Look it up.
Castor Troy as well.
Yes.
That's a local band.
On
from here.
Off.
Okay, I missed that.
Yes. Let me find it.
All right, a good producer would have had that pulled up here, and I don't. So I do apologize. But I will say the September edition of the Sound 228 magazine is out now, and it's on the sound228.com. So go there and you can look at it, read it for free. That's the cover here that I've got covering Matt up so that you can't see him. And go check it out, read it. Yes, no, Matt can barely see any of that, so don't worry about it. It's got some good stuff inside. Obviously, we got an article in there about a virtue. Oh, nice, sweet. Lisa, what else?
Too quickly.
Yeah, right. What else do we have in there? I did a write-up this month on Ariel, a band out of Texas that I'm really big into. What else is in there?
I did a write-up on Conquer Divide.
Okay.
Who are on tour right now. Go check them out.
They are. And me and Lisa, big love to the family. We done a write-up on Joe and his mission that he was trying to accomplish.
I'm glad you brought that up. I was listening to Octane the other day, and they gave him a shout out, and I thought that was super freaking cool.
Jose Mangan.
They dedicated the world premiere of Kingdom Collapse to Joe, which was it was heartfelt. So
that was awesome.
Yep, cried. Yep.
I just happened to be in the truck and heard it when it came through. I don't know if they played that little segment more than once or not.
They did every single time the test drive played every single day.
Cool. Yep. Yeah, and I got to hear it, so that was sweet. But what else? I think we've mentioned everything else inside of our universe as it is for right now. As always, you can download the Sound 228 app, App Store, Google Play, doesn't matter. It's free. So there's that. All of our stuff's inside the radio station that Matt spends. We all do, but Matt, a lot of time curating and uploading. All of our shows are there, so you can listen to those as well. Our radio shows. And then also with the text community, that's another easy way to stay in touch with us. You can text the Sound to 228-641-1648. We see it. We can text you back. You can communicate directly with us. So it's another way to stay in touch. Go ahead, Lisa.
All right. So just one more thing. Brandy popped in, and so thank you for that. So in the Pit Fest, so at 10:00 p.m. Central Time tonight, in the pit is gonna have like the pregame, basically all the bands that you're gonna hear in the Pit Fest at the Celtic Irish Pub this Saturday. Please go ahead and tune in tonight at 10 p.m. Central and come out to the Celtic this weekend and support all those bands. Open up the mosh pit. Brett Kreiner is bringing it.
Brett is he's been doing the shit. He's doing it. I love what he's doing.
He's bringing the heavy, like
he is a force in the heavy metal community.
For those that don't check out our shows, please go and check them out. Like Lisa does Ladies Night. If you love your female that rock, go in Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Central. Go and check her out. She has killer playlists. Jared has the Power Hour on a Saturday. I want to say 7
Central Standard Time. Yeah,
7 Central, and he plays some bangers. It's just an hour of absolute rages. I've got the UK Lowdown, which I'm bringing you all these UK bands. I do an artist of the week every week, so you get to hear 3 tracks of bands that I love and I think should be talked about. Brandy's got In the Hot Box, which is
every Thursday.
You want to sit there in your car and get a little bit of a smoke on. It's perfect. Kevin's playing the mega hits from all these bands. We've got Pepper's Wake Up Music. We've got JC's Kick-Ass Rock Show. We've got the App Attack. We've got the Wake Up Mornings. Like, get on the app and just hear and discover some new music, because our aim is to give you these up and coming bands and discover new music.
all curated right there. We don't even have to put in any work to find them. That also reminds me, this Saturday, we have a show, and I believe we're doing it's at the Juke. We have because it coincided with In the Pit Fest, and that's why we won't be there. But we have Kira, I hope I'm saying that right, and Skulldozer. And that's going to be from 5 to 10.
You've got Kira?
Yeah.
Kirra. You are gonna love them.
Yeah.
I've been a fan of Kira for a long time.
Yep.
Randy's
So-
such a dude, right?
Dude, yeah. So yeah, there you go. I love it. Did you share that already? Her comment?
Yes, I
smoke
did.
with me?
I did.
Okay.
I shared
So,
her. Come
yeah,
smoke with me
this is
Thursday before.
where Kevin typically keeps us on track, and
Right.
so we're off the rails because
Oh,
he's not here
And
with us.
Steph said Harmony
We're-
too. The Filthy
Yes.
15 every
The
Monday
Filthy
night.
15,
at
yeah.
8 p.m.
You know, and we've also got the sound check. So any bands watching,
Yeah.
right, send me your emails, and if we can't get it in forward because our shelves are stacked, we will get you on the sound check, and we'll get your fans requesting. And we've just added 3 new tracks: Machines, I believe, Major Moment, and Chasing Supernovas from last month's sound check.
Mhm.
It's happening now. We roll it for 4 weeks. Submit your music. Let's make it happen.
All right, so I'm going back here in the comments, and I only saw one person that actually voted in the comments, but that was through Facebook. So you got to put it in the poll in Facebook, and so we're gonna go ahead and call it. If I don't see anybody else posting right now, y'all good with that? We'll call it.
Mhm.
Let's have it.
Okay. So Of Virtue's gonna take it away again tonight.
All right.
So they'll be moving on, right? They didn't. This isn't that wasn't their third win, was it?
No, this is their
No,
second
second
win.
win.
The next one
They're
will
on
be
for the
their
Hall of
Hall
Fame
of
next
Fame.
one.
Okay, so we're gonna get a heavy contender to go up against them, make them earn it to get into that Hall of Fame. But we want to thank everybody for watching. Do we have the date on our next show? Is it on the calendar?
I don't believe we have dates. I think this was the last one in the diary thus far.
Okay. Well, that's all right. And so if you follow us here on any of the socials, you'll see it. We'll create the event. It'll be on our live stuff. You can hop on in and chat with us some more. We appreciate everybody being here.
We try and do them
All
every
right.
2 weeks, so keep an eye out on our socials.
That's right. We'll see y'all on the next one.
All right. See ya.